right-wing smear machine has gotten Alex Jonesified this election cycle.
There's a guy named Alex Jones.
Alex Jones.
From InfoWars.
InfoWars.
Yeah.
Alex Jones.
Alex Jones.
One of those guys who believes Bigfoot was responsible for 9/11.
I already got on Alex Jones, so it's true.
Claims that 9/11 and the Oklahoma City bombings were inside jobs.
The conspiracy du jour, Hillary Clinton is harboring a secret medical condition.
You just had to keep digging, didn't you, Alex?
I already got Alex Jones, so I know it's true.
Google is being accused of hiding negative stories about Hillary and her campaign, but changing its algorithm to vary stories like the Clinton body count story. That's according to website InfoWars.
And this really just is so disgusting.
The juice of these pickles is on you, Alex Jones.
It goes right from Alex Jones, and it shows up in Donald Trump's mouth.
Hillary Clinton created ISIS with Obama.
The very fringe of the conspiracy movement, like Alex Jones, are being
Welcome to the Conspiracy Theory Show.
If Trump gets elected, he's going to be Secretary of Defense.
I think that Alex Jones is a lunatic.
Move, bitch! Get out the way!
Bill Clinton is a rapist. Infowars.com.
Bill Clinton is a rapist!
Bill Clinton is a rapist. Infowars.com. Infowars.com. Bill Clinton's a rapist. The New World Order sends its regards.
If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance. It's Alex Jones.
That is an Alex Jones intro for Infowars.com. One of my favorite demonization pieces of how Alex Jones is a piece of garbage because he tells you the truth. And we've got Johnny Cash bringing us in with God is Gonna Cut You Fucking Dirtbags Down. YouTube.com/RadioBravery. This is Radio Bravery Live. I'm your host, Justin Bellshaw.
Go tell that long-tongued liar. Go and tell that midnight rider. Tell the rambler, the gambler, the backbiter. Tell him that God's gonna cut him down.
It is June 30th, 2017. We are in some of the most important times we've ever existed in human history. And this is Portland, Oregon, the heart of liberalism in Oregon. We are live, Radio Bravery Live, youtube.com/RadioBravery, facebook.com/RadioBravery. Let's jump into some news. This is from WorldNetDailyWND.com. Illegal teens accused in violent rape and home invasion. This goes on to talk about more fake news and mainstream media manipulation as they refuse to report on these rapists raping a 23-year-old mother in front of her 4-year-old son, Jose Aguilar Ramirez and Francisco Palencia, two piece of shit illegal immigrants, 19 and 17, who raped a 23-year-old mother in front of her 4-year-old son, are illegal immigrants from Latin America. And this is another example out of Georgia of where the crime is coming from, especially when it comes to sexual violence. I just covered on my show yesterday or the day before, or yesterday, on Radio Bravery Live, youtube.com/RadioBravery. I covered almost 50% of illegal immigrants detained in Oregon are being held for sex crimes. Yes, sexual assault, including mainly rape and sodomy and assault of young people, young children. That's pretty common. Almost 50% of the illegal immigrants in Oregon being detained are being held on sexual assault crimes. And now this is out of Georgia. Two Latin American illegal immigrants rape a 23-year-old mother in front of her 4-year-old son. And that makes me sick, and it makes me angry, and that's why I'm covering it here on Radio Bravery Live. I'm sick and tired of us not being safe in our own communities. And the more we open our border, the more this will continue to happen. History shows us. Statistics show us. These are just the facts. Now I'm going to play a little bit of audio from Russia Today, an RT report. Sweden leaked police reports lists 8 new no-go areas, 23 no-go zones in total. And the reason why I got on this article was because I was watching Louder with Crowder, Steven Crowder interviewing Sally Cohn from CNN, who was saying, oh, the Swedish officials say that there is no such thing as no-go zones. Oh, and that's fake news and blah, blah, blah. Sally Cohn, let's give you a little news update right here. Yeah, they're not called no-go areas. That's why that's fucking semantics. Because they're actually called vulnerable zones. Oh, because that's way safer. Yeah. No, they don't not always go there. Just barely ever go there. So they're not no-go zones. They're vulnerable zones. Oh, Sally Cohn, CNN. I'm sorry. You're not fake news. Never mind. It's okay. They're only vulnerable zones. Well, that's fucking lie, and that's a manipulation. Sweden leaked police report lists 8 new no-go areas, 23 in total. Let's listen to this report.
The number of so-called vulnerable zones in the country has jumped to 23. The areas, often described in Swedish media as no-go zones, have sprung up across the country, particularly in the larger cities. The report adds that a parallel social structure has emerged in those areas, with police facing difficulty carrying out their duties there. The leak partly blames Islamic extremism for the problem.
Violence in Sweden's no-go zones. I'll just commentate this for you as you can't see the video, but look for it leaked. The number of no-go zones in Sweden increases on YouTube. Violence in Sweden no-go zones, vandalism, sexual assaults, gun violence. And they're just showing blown out cities.
Some service providers have even refused to enter certain areas. In April, mail provider Post...
Really? Did they just say police refuse to enter certain areas? Sounds like a no-go zone.
Wouldn't enter Stockholm's Rinkeby suburb, citing security concerns. Rinkeby made headlines last year when police opened fire after a mob of around 30 people began attacking officers with rocks. In fact, the National Police Commissioner says the number of no-go zones is even higher than stated in the leaked report, and he also called for a change of approach.
Well, we see developments in our country.
This is the Swedish National Police Commissioner Dan Eliasson from Gothenburg, Sweden. Dan Eliasson, Swedish National Police Commissioner.
Not going in the right direction always. We see we have a bit more than 60 vulnerable areas in around the major cities of it.
A bit more than 60 vulnerable areas. 60. 60. Yes. For all the dummies out there, 60 vulnerable areas. That's from the Police Commissioner of Sweden.
And we see criminality there, and we need to turn around development in those areas, and we need assistance of our other parts of society.
Yes, okay, so, like I've said, there are no-go zones. They now call them vulnerable zones, and the police commissioner right there said that there is over 60 vulnerable zones. So, they now say here in Newsweek.com, you can find this article, are there no-go zones in Sweden? Police identify dozens of vulnerable areas rife with criminality. That's the headline from Newsweek.com. Swedish police have named dozens of vulnerable areas marred by criminality in a report released Wednesday. The study, an update of previous report from 2015, names 61 places with low socioeconomic status where criminality has a significant effect on the community. Oh, Oh, those living in these places are often also vulnerable to religious radicalization. No way! No! At the religion of peace? No. Oh my gosh. Police refer to these as vulnerable areas. In the past, the Swedish right-wing press have referred to them as no-go zones, but the police have repeatedly rejected that term. Oh, that's where they get you with the semantics, folks. Oh no, they reject the term no-go zones. No way, we're not gonna call them that because that makes them look bad because they're not fucking going to those zones, because they're not protecting the people in those areas, because they're not safe. The actual citizens of Sweden are not safe because they are no-go zones and they are not going to those zones to protect the citizens of that area. So they can't call them no-go zones, they just call them vulnerable areas. But we're not going to go there to help you if something happens. If you're getting raped or rocks thrown at you, which is like a daily occurrence there in the Stockholm Syndrome, Sweden. But police refer to these as vulnerable areas. Stockholm Police Chief Eric Ackerlund told Swedish radio last year that just because the areas had been marked as troublesome, it didn't mean they were inaccessible. Oh, thanks. Oh, yeah, they're not inaccessible. We just don't go. So sweet and loving. Radical Islamic terrorism, the religion of peace. But yeah, let's move forward to some breaking news. Scientists discover a newly extinct media outlet, the CNNosaurus. And this is from WND.com, WorldNet Daily. CNN has 17 million bogus Twitter followers. Oh, no. No way. You gotta be kidding me. 17 million? Wow. CNN isn't just the king of fake news these days, it's apparently the king of fake Twitter followers also. In fact, more than 17 million of CNN's Twitter followers have been determined to be fake, according to a Twitter audit. More than 17 million are fake followers of CNN. That means they're bought and paid for, and they are, once again, fake, very fake, and manipulating you. And you are a total lemming if you believe CNN ever anymore. They have been totally disproven. Now I'm just going to play the audio of the most recent breaking clip from Project Veritas.com, the most evergreen news site right now. Breaking every day videos from CNN from their infiltration in the fake stream media. And the newest video is American Pravda CNN Part 3. This is James O'Keefe's latest breaking video from Project Veritas.com, as another CNN producer is caught candidly saying that voters are stupid as shit. Let's go to that short clip here. ProjectVeritas.com.
We all recognize he is a clown, that he is hilariously unqualified for this, that he's really bad at this, and that he does not have America's best interests. We recognize his justified crazy.
Would it be fair to question the intellect of the American voter?
Oh no, they're stupid shit.
James O'Keefe, how are you? You have comments about the Russia story.
So I'll play it again here
and he does not have America's best interests. We recognize his justified crazy.
Would it be fair to question the intellect?
The Project Veritas journalist asks the CNN producer, would it be fair to question the intellect of the American voter? And the CNN producer replies, oh no, they're stupid as shit. Oh no, they're stupid as shit. Quote, sorry, I apologize. Quote, CNN producer believes you are stupid as shit. Yeah. Just let it sink in for a second. Yep, let it sink on in. They think you're stupid as shit. I don't. I think you're smarter than that. I think you have a great IQ, and I think you're beautiful, and I love you. And I love all of you here at RadioBravery.com, and I think you're smart and intelligent, and I don't think you're stupid as shit. I think that you deserve better. I think that you deserve the truth. I think that you deserve honesty, and I think that you deserve better than CNN, and better than being lied to and manipulated and treated like dumb cattle. But if that's what you think you are, and if that's what you think your value is, go watch CNN. Otherwise, tune into youtube.com/RadioBravery. Tune into Infowars.com. Tune into WorldNetDaily.com. Tune into Project Veritas, Mike Cernovich, Stefan Molyneux, Louder with Crowder. These are real journalists who spend their entire lives trying to prove themselves as credible to you. Not calling you stupid as shit behind your back. Not ever doing that. These people who I support, who support you and freedom, they don't do that behind your back. They don't say you're stupid as shit behind your back. They don't think that about you behind your back. We want to empower you. We want to give you the knowledge of knowing this so you are empowered. So you are as powerful as me or more powerful than Alex Jones, more powerful than Donald Trump. You are the power. You own the power. You own the government. You own your mind. And this is an information war it's a war on for your mind and to control your mind and your status of your mind and what direction it goes and how you believe things and how you perceive things. And CNN thinks you are stupid as shit, and they want to manipulate that and take advantage of you. And they think you're stupid, and they think you deserve it. And I think you don't. I think you're better than that, and I think you deserve better. YouTube.com/RadioBravery. Subscribe today to real, very real news. That's my newest hashtag I'm going to be putting on all my videos. Very real news. Because I'm not part of the obstructionist left or the obstructionist right. I am an independent citizen of humanity standing up for the human race, because there's only one, and it doesn't have a fucking color, okay? It only has one name, and it's human, and there's no color or description or background or history of it, other than that we're all connected. So I just want to play this here. This is the latest breaking video of CNN's theme song that they've come out with for the American people, and this video here that I'm about to play here in just a second will tell you all there is to know. But right before that, I'm going to open this Daily Caller article right here from the dailycaller.com. But firstly, here is CNN's theme song coming in for the American people. Here's CNN's theme song right here for the American people.
Your sweat, your passions, your regrets, your profits, your time off, your fashions, your sex, your pills, your grass, your tits, your ass, your laughs, your balls. We want your soul.
CNN wants your soul.
Your cash, your house, your phone. We want your soul. Your house, your phone, your life, your cash, your house, your phone. We want your soul. Your habits, your fads, your fears. Give us your address, your shoe size, your years, your digits, your plans, your number, your eyes, your schedule, your desktop, your details.
But enough fun there. CNN wants your soul, and Radio Bravery wants to free your soul and to free your mind. Think free or die. This is from dailycaller.com. NYT correct story claiming 17 intel agencies agree on Russia. Wow. Wow. I'm pretty sure that I've sat on air here screaming, "What 17 intel agencies? What 17? Tell us! Show us these fucking agencies! Show us what 17!" Yeah, I'm sure I've done that. But it's about time the New York Times correct story claiming 17 intel agencies agree on Russia. The New York Times issued a correction Thursday on an article that incorrectly claimed all 17 U.S. intelligence agencies agreed that Russia orchestrated the attacks and did it to help get Trump elected. The original article, published June 25th, covered certain reactions that Donald Trump gave in response to Russian cyber attacks. The New York Times correction notes that, quote, "The assessment was made by 4 intelligence agencies." The Office of the Director of National Intelligence, the Central Intelligence Agency, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and the National Security Agency. Wow! Wow! 3 of the most corrupt agencies in our history of our government? No! Oh, yeah, so it wasn't 17, it was only 4, and they still can't tell you who in those 4 is agreeing with this Russian narrative, or nothing burger, as Van Jones calls it. But they literally say, "Oh, sorry, we have to retract, it wasn't 17, okay, it was actually 4, okay, you know, maybe 4, okay, sure, it was the CIA that killed Kennedy, and it was the NSA that Snowden proved has been spying on American citizens, and it was the FBI who, you know, has been covering up false flags and assassinations for 30 years. But, you know, no big deal. It's only those 3. Yo, okay, yeah, let's trust them." These stupid idiots at the New York Times think that you are, what was it? Stupid as shit. That's right. I'm pretty sure the New York Times and CNN are like interbreeding with each other, so they're all mutant liars there, and they both agree that you're stupid as shit. But like I said, here in the real world, I don't think you're stupid as shit, and I think that you're smarter and you're better than that, and you deserve better. So let's move on to this police state article from another one from WorldNetDailyWND.com. Sheriff backs claims of FBI law-breaking in Oregon standoff. Documentary makers release more evidence that raise questions. Goes on to say, in a stunning development, a year after the standoff at the Malheur National Wildlife Refuge in Oregon, where 24 armed supporters gathered to protest the court's extension of sentences for 2 ranchers, a sheriff has backed claims of FBI misbehavior. The declaration came from Deschutes County Sheriff Shane Nelson, just as FBI agent W. Joseph Astarita was pleading not guilty to 3 counts of making false statements and 2 counts of obstruction of justice in federal court in Portland, Oregon. The FBI agent was accused of firing at the protesters, then picking up shell casings to conceal the fact and lying to investigators. The U.S. Attorney's Office in Oregon said Astarita falsely stated he had not fired his weapon during the attempted arrest of protester Lavoy Finsicum, who was shot dead by another officer during the incident, when he knew he had in fact fired his weapon. Astarita also knowingly engaged in misleading conduct toward Oregon State police officers by failing to disclose that he had fired 2 rounds during the attempted arrest. So this is another example of, one of the 4 consensus agencies in the U.S. that all agree. The FBI, the one that's been proven to lie in court over and over again. Yeah, we got this guy, W. Joseph Astarita, pleading not guilty while basically obstructing justice and lying and making false statements about whether he fired his weapon, and then just so shisty the way he would pick up his rounds, pick up his shell casings and slip them in his pocket. Nothing here. Oh, just put them back in your pocket. No, I didn't fire any shots. Someone got murdered, but, you know, no big deal. Wasn't me. This just shows the level of disinformation and manipulation that these agencies like the FBI are constantly using. And the people that they hire are fucking liars and will lie right under oath in court. And they'll slip shell casings in their damn pockets to keep the lie going. So that's just another article that is incredible. As we jump ahead here to this another Daily Caller article, dailycaller.com. Infant sentenced to death by European Human Rights Court. 10-month-old Charlie Gard was sentenced to die by the European Court of Human Rights Tuesday, who ruled against potentially life-saving treatment for him. The ECHR, European Court of Human Rights, ordered that Gard's life support be shut off and blocked him from travel to the U.S. for an experimental treatment for which Gard's parents raised over $1.7 million. Doctors diagnosed the infant boy with a rare mitochondrial disease. Oh, wow. Maybe his parents should have been taking DNA Force, which helps mitochondrial growth. Maybe they should be taking natural supplements that help their mitochondrial growth instead of letting an infant boy, 10 months old, die from a mitochondrial disease. Instead, no one wants to talk about mitochondrial growth and how the DNA is dying in all of our bodies all over the world because no one wants to take any supplements to produce mitochondrial growth and lengthen their telomeres and extend their life. Okay, so go to InfoWarsLife.com and look up DNA Force for yourself. Go to GlobalHealingCenter.com and look up the evidence behind CoQ10 and other things, BioPQQ, and how those things can help mitochondrial and telomere growth, and just makes me so mad. I want to help everyone, and I want everyone to have the longest lives possible, and to have these parents raise $1.7 million to bring their kid to the U.S., their infant boy, to help treat his rare mitochondrial disease, and the European Court of Human Rights says he cannot leave the country to go get a life-saving treatment here in the U.S. No! You know, it makes me wanna... It almost brings me to tears. Like, it makes me so angry that this boy is not alive. I mean, I don't care. I don't care if you want life support or no life support. I don't fucking care what your stance is. I care that these parents, they have this stance and they want to try to help their child. And that's where they ended up. And they're being told no, and they can't take him to another country to try and get this life-saving treatment. And they raised $1.7 million to do it. You know, it's so upsetting. I want everybody to go out there and talk to the European Court of Human Rights and tell them that they're pieces of fucking garbage. And that keeping a 10-month-old boy from living, or giving him a chance, keeping him from a chance of living, any chance, you know, is a chance for those parents. And to say no and to stop that and to block it legally, it's cowardly. It's despicable. It's despicable. It makes me disgusted. You should be ashamed of yourselves at the European Human Rights Court. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Go to hell. It's disgusting. I'm sorry. I'm going to move on. But go to thedailycaller.com and look at this article. Spread it to everyone. This is so important. Infant sentenced to death by European Human Rights Court. Just despicable. Now the last thing I'm going to play here is... I'm going to read you a quick intro for a documentary that I just learned about. I've heard about it before in the past, but I just recently learned about how this is like getting a lot of popularity again. It's called Conspiracy of Silence, and it is a Discovery Channel documentary that was banned from airing right before it was aired years ago, and now the full documentary is on YouTube, and I haven't watched it yet, but I plan on watching it in the next 24 to 48 hours, and I'll give you a review on it and talk about what I think about it, but it looks incredible. It's called Conspiracy of Silence, Banned Discovery Channel documentary. You can find it on YouTube. This version has 18,000 views, and it was only put up 2 years ago. It was originally set to air on May 3rd, 1994, but was shut down, and is about, as I've talked about before numerous times in my Pedogate reports, one of the two biggest epicenters of pedophile rings in the U.S. are Omaha, Nebraska, or the state of Nebraska and the state of Pennsylvania are the two epicenters. So this documentary starts, sure enough, in Omaha, Nebraska, and they went down a huge rabbit hole from there. It's over 2 hours and 43 minutes long, and I urge everybody to go check it out and email me, let me know what you think about it. But I'm just going to read you the intro here, what it says when it first starts, because it was pretty interesting. It says, in 1993, a film crew from Yorkshire Television in the UK, led by producer Nick Gray and director Tim Tate, went to Omaha, Nebraska in the USA to make a documentary about an alleged pedophile ring. Funded by the Discovery Channel in the USA, their proposed film would first broadcast in the UK and Ireland as part of Yorkshire Television's documentary series First Tuesday. A U.S. broadcast would then follow. Then says, in Omaha, the film crew discovered the machinations of a vast operation functioning throughout the country, providing children to the wealthy and the political establishment for molestation, drug trafficking, and blackmail. I'll read that one more time because I kind of botched it. In Omaha, the film crew discovered the machinations of a vast operation functioning throughout the country, providing children to the wealthy and to the political establishment for molestation, drug trafficking, and blackmail. This is what they found, folks, in the United States in 1993. It's still going on times 100. And it's disgusting. It then says, a year later, in 1994, the documentary Conspiracy of Silence was to air in the UK, but during final editing, with first broadcasts approaching, the Discovery Channel inexplicably withdrew support and reimbursed Yorkshire Television the $500,000 it cost to make the documentary. To this day, the documentary remains unaired. So that's in 1994, when $500,000 was a lot more than it is now, and the Discovery Channel very quickly paid the money right back and was like, no, here you go, we're not gonna air this Conspiracy of Silence, oh no, that's way too high up, we got George Bush in there, Obama, Clinton, no, just maybe, probably. But yeah, it is a pedophile network all over the world. We need to keep exposing this. Check out Conspiracy of Silence on YouTube. And don't forget that CNN wants your soul, and they're not going to stop until they get it or you take it back. This is Radio Bravery Live, youtube.com/RadioBravery, facebook.com/RadioBravery, twitter.com/RadioBravery. Find me on Instagram at RadioBravery, radiobravery.wixsite.com/news. But most importantly, please subscribe today, youtube.com/RadioBravery. CNN and the dying fake media wants your soul.
Take a loan, get a job, get a pension, get a haircut, get a suit, play in the lottery, play football, play the field, horse and toot. We'll show you free, we'll show you food, we'll buy you dreams, we'll pay your bill, we'll sell you crap, we'll charge you debt. Wanna buy big guns, we want the cash. We want your soul.
CNN lies.
We want your soul.
Very fake news.
We want your soul. We want your soul. Your emotions, your love, your dreams, your checkbook.
YouTube.com/RadioBravery. This is Radio Bravery Live. I'm Justin Bellshaw. See you next time.
Society, yourself, your place.